Hero of Christmas. There are many Christmas heroes in our memories. John McClane, Tony Stark, and Kevin McAllister. Born in 1982, he was 8 years old. In an empty house where his family has left him, he faces two vicious criminals. In his 8 years of life, he hasn't had any training to prepare him to take on the bad guys. But he's a natural-born killer. He instinctively knew how to use concealment skills for survival, and knew how to use common objects around him as powerful weapons. Moreover, even in the face of boiling anger, he showed generosity by not even taking the lives of villains. By being generous and not hating people, even though they hate sin, he gave the villains a chance for rehabilitation. That is why it is remembered as a legendary family movie that is talked about every year. When Christmas comes, and as a Christmas hero, there are two main ways he dealt with villains: direct strikes and indirect strikes using the opponent's strength. He was still small, and his physical strength was weak, so direct strikes were limited, and most of the time he used methods of luring his opponents into traps. This is similar to the method used by Arnold Schwarzenegger, whom we all know well. Arnold looked strong to everyone, but he was just a weak human being in front of the aliens called Predators who had infiltrated Earth. So, Arnold also used concealment and traps rather than an all-out direct attack, and ultimately defeated the Predator and survived. What is surprising is that Arnold is a former Special Forces member who has undergone rigorous training in survival and combat. And our Kevin is only 8 years old, but he was a born killer. Perhaps Kevin grew up to become John Wick. Today, we will analyze the performance of Kevin, a natural killer. Number 1. BB gun. This is a BB gun used to directly hit Kevin. The BB gun model name is Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. This product was one of the most popular airgun models at the time. Daisy Red Ryder is a model produced by Daisy Outdoor Products, an American air gun manufacturer, and its name was inspired by the Western cartoon character Red Ryder, created a long time ago. The Daisy Red Ryder BB gun is a relatively large air gun for the cabin, but it is light so the cabin can easily operate it. The bullet used by cabin appears to be a 6-inch steel ball. Harry is hit in a very important part by this gun, and Marv is hit in the forehead. Luckily they survived, but if it had been a real gun, the movie would have ended right away. Oh, this movie is an exception. Number 2. Temperature. Ice is the most efficient and primitive attack and defense technology using weather and space. It was a tactic that blocked villains trying to break in with slippery ice and could cause fractures if they fell. Moreover, Cabin maximized the effect by making her stairs out of ice. You too will know. If you fall down the stairs on a cold day, the pain is. So please be careful on icy roads in winter. Fortunately, even if you don't get hurt, you'll still feel shame. Number 3. Gravity. Gravity is the force that pulls objects to the earth. As a free-falling object accelerates, its destructive power becomes stronger. Kevin applied the law of universal gravitation to the iron. He installed an iron in advance on the string that the villain would pull to turn on the light, and designed it so that the iron, weighing about 2 kilograms, would fall from a height of 2 meters and hit the villain's head. The weak bones around the eyes may have been broken, causing an orbital fracture, which can cause significant disability if not treated immediately. This method seems simple, but it was also used as a last resort to kill a predator that seemed impossible to kill. Number 4. Fire. It was designed to activate the torch. The moment the door was opened and burned the villain's head, flames and high heat alone cause a very primal fear in humans and are accompanied by the highest level of pain. Even a small hit can cause significant damage. In the movie, he immediately buried his head in the snow to minimize damage. But if the damage had continued, he would have been in pain for a long time and could have almost lost his life. Always be careful of fire. Number 5. Psychological warfare. Kevin was a natural at psychological warfare. It provoked the villains, making them impatient and unaware of their ratings. By forcing them to run straight ahead to get revenge on the Kevin, the bad guys didn't see the danger. As a result, the villains were defenselessly hit by the paint cans that Kevin had strung up, and the impact knocked out their teeth. To estimate the situation as real, his paint can weighs about 4.5 kilograms and the string is about 3 meters long. So the centrifugal force of the paint can hit his in the face with a force of about 2 kN. That level of force would probably have caused multiple facial fractures, and it is highly likely that he would have been knocked out the moment he was hit. It is natural that several of his teeth are missing. In the movie Apocalypto, there is a case where a powerful opponent was defeated using similar psychological warfare and booby traps. Number 6 is others. There are other setups that aren't quite as lethal, but can still deal a significant blow. Glass, tree, ornaments, and floor nails were set up to target the bad guys' feet to disable their mobility. And in the case of the floor nails, they were pre-treated with tar to remove their shoes for maximum effectiveness. Considering John's escape in the movie Die Hard was hindered by broken glass, this is a very effective method of attack. Despite his young age, Kevin calmly navigated his challenges. He cleverly exploited his opponent's strength to defend himself and was generous, only wounding him but not killing him. Or was it because the villains had high defense? If a child could do that, what kind of person would he be as an adult? Maybe he'd be more like John Wick? What do you guys think? What movie character do you think would be a good fit for Kevin? I guess it didn't happen like this. Well, anyway, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.